Hi, friends. Welcome. My name is Riley J. My pronouns are he, him, his, and I'm so excited that you guys are joining us tonight. If you don't already know, this is Evening Vibes, Boyless, Michigan's weekly Wednesday show, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you're in the other standard times, welcome. We're so happy to have you here. This show is a little bit more of a mellow show. We talk, we get to know different people each week. Last week our audience got to know me a little bit, so if you missed that one, you should definitely go check it out after the show. And yeah, we're a really easygoing group. It's a lot of fun doing this show. um, if you are on YouTube, hello YouTube. If you're on Facebook, hi Facebook. If you're on my Facebook page, welcome. And I hope you all are having just a really easygoing week. I know that this week for me has been like a roller coaster of events. We've had some ups, we've had some downs. Um, if you have anything on your mind that you want to share, last week I talked about how I'm trying to create evening vibes to be kind of a family, a space where you guys can talk and you guys can get to know each other and just have a space, just kind of just let it out, just have a space to just be yourself, and anything that's on your mind you're welcome to share in the comments. Obviously we're still a public forum, so there is that to keep in mind when you share stuff. But yeah, if you have any other person to share it with me, share it with our special guests. We're here for you, we got you. Let's see who we have right now. We have Erica Ash. Hi, Erica. We have Wendy. As always, hi, Wendy. April. Jenna. Jenna says it's going to be a gross week, but I'm looking forward to this. I miss you, Jenna. Hi, Julie. Thank you. Yes, it was Jaden and I's 2-year anniversary yesterday, so that was super exciting. Our friend Jen, who lives out in Croswell, painted us, did like a picture of us and painted it, and it was beautiful. So with that, I'd like to welcome our guest for this evening. So across the pond, we kind of, because there's like a little lake between us, we have Madam Kiki, and right here in my own household, we have Miss Ani Briated. So let's bring those two in with us. Hey guys.
Hi.
How you guys doing?
Can you hear me?
Good. Yes. Can you hear me?
Okay, cool. Yes,
Can you
I
hear me?
can. I just want to. Yeah. I hear you all the time in my head, Ani, actually.
Oh, I have to be a terrible Jiminy Cricket.
Not a terrible.
Yeah, you keep me grounded. Oh, how's everyone doing tonight?
Good. How are you doing?
Good. I am
Yeah.
really excited to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me. And it's so different to be out of drag doing this.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see what happens. Yeah.
Yeah. Would you like to introduce yourself with your pronouns?
Yeah, my name is Mix Madam Kiki. I go by they, them. I've been a drag performer since the fall of 2017. And yeah, I'm one of the founders of Queerioke, which is an Ipsy Pride fundraiser that was started in September of 2019. So actually the 1-year anniversary is coming up next Tuesday, which I'm sure we'll get to all of that. Yeah, and Ani Briated is also a co-host and a regular.
That's
and
me.
It's been so much fun. Yeah. So I appreciate this so much that we get to share in our creativity and community and promote like art and causes, and it feels really good. So thank you.
Yeah. Ani, would you like to introduce yourself?
I am Ani Briated. I've been performing in drag since the fall of 2013. My pronouns are he, him. Yeah, I'm happy to be here as well. And also with Mix Kiki, who is my lovely co-host with Queerioke and also the one who started it. we're very excited to be celebrating this 1-year anniversary.
Yes.
Yeah.
And audience, as you're watching tonight, and as we're talking, if you have any questions for our two artists of the evening, please always feel free to put those in the comments as well.
Which I was going to say, I don't know. Well, I can't get comments for some reason on mine today.
Let me. While we fix this, we do have a question from Julie. Says, "What do we need to do on our end to sing?" So I guess we'll kick it off. Let's talk about some karaoke.
Yeah, that sounds great. First of all, like the quarantine life, the pandemic life has totally tried to cramp our style of singing karaoke live, which usually is in downtown Ypsilanti, and it's on the second Tuesday of the month, and it alternates between two venues, 734 Brewery in Depot Town and Ziggy's, which is a music venue in downtown Ypsi off of Michigan Avenue. And we just really miss being able to come in person. So with this pandemic, we had to improvise and use our resources. So First Fridays Ypsilanti allowed karaoke to use stage 10, which is how we're broadcasting this particular event, Evening Vibes, as well. And so one way to do that is to follow the Karaoke Ypsi Pride fundraiser page on Facebook, and or Ypsi Pride as well. So we live stream our event on the second Tuesday of the month from 8 to 11 p.m. So the next one that's coming up is next Tuesday on the 8th of September. And if you are also following the comment section, we will post the link to join, where you can come and broadcast, kind of like how we're doing that now. Oh yes, thank you for showing our poster. And then from there, basically what Riley is doing behind the scenes, there's like this tech, but we'll be able to put your video on the screen, and then you would play your audio. You would send us a karaoke video through YouTube, and then you would play that YouTube video on your end, so that the music that you're playing will sync up to your voice. And then on our end, we'll play the same video on mute, so that folks can not only hear you sing without a lag, and can also see the lyrics as well. And so that would be the way that you can join and participate in karaoke online, which is such a bizarre thing, but I'm so grateful for technology that we are able to do that. So I hope so much that folks can join. Oh yes, and we have another flyer too. So September 8th is the next one, and then we only have 3 more for the rest of the year. And I'm not really sure if this is going to be a thing for 2021. If we get enough interest, if people are like, yes, I want to continue this, then I might just bite the bullet and keep doing it. So encourage me, please, because I need it. Otherwise, yeah, it's been such a fun, and we have the coolest thing about this is that we have drag performers that actually sing. And usually when you go to a drag show, it's lip syncing. So you're not really hearing their voice, but you can see all this magic and talent. And but you're also missing the magic and talent of their actual voice. So we have drag performers from the local area who have amazingly talented voices, and they sing beautiful songs, and it just feels like so wholesome and good, and it's a way to have fun on a regular old Tuesday in quarantine life, in the pandemic life. So yeah, that's how you can join to sing.
That, I have to say, was probably the most surprising thing when we started doing this, was discovering that all of us drag performers in the area actually can sing.
There's quite a lot of us, isn't there? And we didn't have a lot of opportunity for that to happen. It would be like kind of like a very rare treat if you go to a drag show, that there would also be a live vocalist who's a drag or burlesque performer as well.
Yeah.
So this was a way to streamline all of that and showcase musical gifts, like talents through voice in that way. And of course the community too. You know, everybody technically is doing drag by just showing up and being themselves and expressing themselves in whatever gender way that they want to. And to be able to do that in a fun way with music too, it just feels really good to be able to show up and just be yourself and be loud, and then be supported. Like, you don't have to be a good singer. You don't have to be, You don't even have to know the lyrics. Like, I'm evidence of that. And sometimes I'll just be like, okay, I heard this song today, and it moved me, and I feel like I really want to give it a chance. I want to give it some heart and soul. And oh God, I don't know the lyrics. I don't remember how this goes, but whatever. I'm just going to wing it. And so being able to just kind of play and have fun, let loose, let go of control. It's been a really, actually very healing and rewarding experience too. And so my hope is that that can be modeled and encouraging other people to do the same thing.
Totally. Are you able to put in the comments the page that they can follow so they know?
Oh yeah, that's a great idea. So smart.
Awesome.
Okay.
Just so it's in the moment, it's on their minds. Because you have a lot of people saying that they want to check it out, so that way they can get the reminder, like they get this reminder. That the show is live. If you want to put the event page as well as your Facebook page.
Ooh, yes, the event page. That's also smart. Ooh, look at that. I'm learning so much.
Yeah, Madam Kiki and I have been sharing just like our different, as we learn different things about Facebook, how to advertise, how to use Stage 10, all the different things. For the first time, we learned how they did karaoke when they did Ann Arbor Pride, because I was tech for Ann Arbor Pride, and oh my goodness, the amount of work that goes into your show and how much I messed it up was just,
oh no,
I felt so
you
bad,
did not mess it
but
up.
you do so much, and it's so fun to watch because I have this, and then I do all of the boylesque shows as well. It's fun to just have a show that I just can watch and
Yay.
get to see all these amazing people without having to feel like I'm working. So it's a lot of fun.
Yes. Thank you for that. That's really nice. And you did an amazing job. And it is absolutely a learning curve. I still struggle. That's part of my challenge, is being a co-host and also doing tech at the same time. It was really fun to be able to join Ann Arbor Pride that way. So I bowed down to you for managing all of that the way that you did in the time that you had to learn all of that. So to me, it flowed really well. It felt good. Ani and I had, like, with Hershey Chocolate, we had a whole hour to just sing whatever the heck we wanted. So that was a lot of fun. Yeah.
How many people tuned into us? I wonder. I didn't actually hear. Did we know?
I mean, you always have like the little number up in the corner, but
I didn't see it.
You never know if that's like an accurate representation of who's tuning in. Because we were also live on YouTube for Ann Arbor Pride, so it's kind of iffy. I just felt bad because my computer was so fried by that point in the day. I mean, I was using my laptop, which is not something you should do for an all-day live stream event. And it was so fried by your guys' event that it was just like,
oh no.
it was, I just felt bad. I was like, I cannot do all the things that you do for this. I don't even know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I imagine it's a lot. I know Kiki's told me many times it can be difficult to manage the tech and all that. So hopefully we don't have to worry about this much longer, and we can actually do it in person again. That would be super rad.
Yes. And even right now, I'm struggling with like trying to find, like, how do I share the event? I will share the event at some point, but if you can always access it by just going straight onto the Karaoke Ipsy Pride Fundraiser Facebook page, and it's right there under events. So, yep. Sorry, I'm trying to figure it out, but I'm also getting distracted. So I would hope if I could just be present. Okay, cool. Yeah, nice. And also, hello, everyone. Welcome for those who are joining. I see familiar people, so thank you.
I see a question here from Julie's got a couple more questions for us, it looks like.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so Kiki, there's a question for you first, saying your makeup is astounding. Where do you draw inspiration, and do you do your own makeup?
Oh, that's a great question, Julie. Thank you for asking. Where do I get my inspiration from? Okay, so okay. So this was for, I think, April's karaoke, and April is Easter and all of that, and I like to be different characters. I like to totally transform myself. So if I have inspiration, like I was a flower one time, or I was a pink elephant.
The elephant, I lived for your elephant.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Oh, I didn't send you a picture of that. But yeah, so there's a flower. So there's the inspiration really, I think, just comes from whatever feels like it's moving me at the time, and whatever I feel like I could possibly do. So for instance, what we have coming up on Friday in Ypsilanti off of North Washington Street, we're actually going to be doing a social distance performance of Festival Honeybee. And so I dress up as this like queen bee with a stinger and wings and pollen sacs and everything. So like I really love being able to completely not be human. And if I am human, it's like goddess. It is reaching into this like feminine divine energy that I feel like I can't always access on my day-to-day basis. So I do my own makeup. I had to learn through watching YouTube videos, by asking other drag performers how they do their thing. Oh, here's another one where I call it a queer angel or a quangel. And
Quangel.
so I like to be kind of like whatever makes me feel like I can reach into fantasy and play that way. And makeup is so interesting, like how transformative it can be and how powerfully uplifting it can be, and connecting. Like people will connect through makeup. People feel belonging through makeup. It is really, really remarkable, the power of makeup, and not just in drag. I mean, like everyday regular makeup as well. So I have a lot of respect and appreciation for how drag has allowed me to reframe my relationship with makeup, with femininity, with sexuality, with just like being a human person in today's day and age. So yeah, I think that was a very long-winded answer.
No, that's perfect.
And they usually have characters as well. Like Grandma Bunny has a New York accent and is very, very tired and doesn't want to do anybody's work. Just very,
I can see it now.
Yeah, I know, right? I miss her. She needs to come back. But anyway, I cut you off, Riley. I'm sorry. You were going to say something.
Oh, I was just gonna say my friend Jenna, she put Riley's got the receipts. It's not receipts. I had permission to show these photos. It was just that it was just bad timing on my part. I was like, oh, this is perfect. Like I'll just throw up a picture, and it was like the most like alarming one, and I was like, ah.
I was like, oh, that's the one. Yep. No, I appreciate it, because I think part of the campiness too allows me to like poke fun on what beauty looks like, or like what beauty is. I have drag makeup inspirations. Like when you think of beauty, well, I'm adding a lot of extra hair to my eyebrows. I'm adding mustache hairs as like a woman, as a feminine person. I'm adding beauty marks and moles or something like that. I'm emphasizing my wrinkles, my even my fat, like what society would deem as undesirable or unattractive. I just give a big middle finger to, in a way, by accentuating that, embracing that. And for me, that makes me feel like I'm untouchable. And there is something so powerful about that, and how that message transcends to the folks who witness that. Like the one tragedy is that I don't actually get to see my makeup in person. I can look at it in a photo, I can look at it in the mirror, but I don't actually know what the impact is when I see myself walk into a room. Does that make sense? Like
totally.
Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, I second all of that. I feel the same way about makeup. I absolutely love what I do with my own makeup attitude is kind of similar in the sense that I like to transcend the human idea of things. And I also do things like, I had a beard for 2 years, and I used to use that and manipulate my face around that, like, for example, this here. Yeah, I like to do things like that. Lately, I have been going a little bit more in the kind of natural direction, just because I haven't done it in so long. Like this is 2 weeks ago. This is a costume I just made. and a piece of hair that Maxie gave me, which is another thing. I don't really wear wigs very often, but I have started recently. I actually just ruined a wig the other day trying to style it. So,
Oh,
learning.
it is a huge learning curve. Like with drag queens, kings, performers, burlesque, all of that. What they have to learn, like, there's crafting, there's sewing, there's choreography, there is
Yeah.
conceptualization of an idea to actualize. Um, there's so much involved. And then now having to go online has just enhanced the skill set that drag and burlesque performers have. So it's really a treat to be able to like be behind the scenes and then to play it off on stage as if it's, and it's just like a 4-minute thing, a 5-minute thing that takes like hours.
That's my dog.
Oh, your dog agrees. It takes so long to put a look together. Like in the beginning, it probably took me 4 or 5 hours to put an entire look together. I've gotten a lot better. It takes me about 2 or 3 hours now, but still, it's been it's been a learning curve. So yeah, Ani, your makeup is amazing. It's been one of my favorite makeups to see in person because it's so detailed, it's so precise, it's so contrasted. Like, look at this image of you right now.
This is probably my favorite look I've ever done.
It is astoundingly gorgeous.
You know what was sad about this though? This picture was taken at an event in Detroit that I was booked at with a couple of local queens, and we actually had Detox and Roxy Andrews from RuPaul's Drag Race, as well as Jocelyn Fox from Drag Race as the DJ, and we had maybe 7 people show up to the whole show.
Oh wow!
What?
Yeah, it was at a theater in downtown Detroit, and it was a total bomb. Oh yeah, well they even like booked a couple of like porn stars to like host with us.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was like a really, really expensive thing. And it was crazy too because the promoter for it was actually Bianca Del Rio's assistant.
Huh.
Yeah.
What? Do they know why it tanked?
I have no idea why it tanked. I didn't have much of a fan base back then, honestly. I was just doing looks like this, and so they wanted a local queen who was a little more conceptual because the 3 performers I was booked with that were local, they were all known for being like pageant queens. It was like Kendall Harding and Bentley James. So they wanted one queen from like Necto, who was doing conceptual looks to kind of balance the whole thing out.
Mm-hmm.
And according to them, I kind of stole the show. I mean, well, they were doing like girly girl drag, and I was looking like a metallic alien.
Which is so cute.
Yeah, it does make sense for me. I think I saw there was another question down here too. Julie asked this one too. Ani, what is your favorite song to sing versus favorite lip sync? That's an interesting question actually, because my vocal style is entirely different than what I would do for a lip sync. Lip syncing, I tend to focus on either a really strong beat with a message that's usually either comedy or, again, something a little more conceptual to go with the look that I've got going on. But when it comes to song, I tend to like doing ballads. I tend to like to sing songs that are a little softer because I grew up in a choir, so I have a kind of a interesting vocal ability. I don't know how would I describe that, I guess. A good example of things that I've been trying to do lately and failing, unfortunately, is just at the last karaoke, I tried to sing a Celine Dion song and grossly overestimated my ability because I tend to have a deeper voice when I'm singing, but I can also hit high notes with a falsetto. Yeah. What about for you, Kiki? What do you like to do singing compared to lip syncing?
That is such an interesting question because I feel the same way. It's like when I have my drag looks, it's interesting. It's either the music will inspire me for a look or my look will inspire some music. And sometimes it takes a while to find like what music will fit with the look that I'm going for. And same thing, like I choose either really campy songs, like something that's like kind of bizarre sounding or just like different or quirky and interesting. There's something about it that's really enticing. Like you want to hear more, you want to see what's happening because, or there's like more popular songs like I Will Survive or, What's Going On by the Non-Blondes. But that could also be connected to more serious political pieces, socio-political commentary pieces. Like I Will Survive, I did a Lady Liberty look, which was really powerful as a skull. And it was during the time of, when the poor children were being put in those camps at the border and wanting to, abolish ICE and all of that stuff. And so being able to use music and drag as a way of, speaking out politically and socially about the issues and in support of what is going on, also is what drives me to find music through lip syncing. But through the karaoke is entirely different. It's just like, what song can I actually sing? Can I actually hit that note? Does that sound like something that I could actually do? Oh God,
so
I'm
real.
actually using my voice, and so I go with like, well, what are my favorite songs to sing? What are songs that I feel like I know really well? And also challenging myself, like, I really like this song. I've never sang it before. I've never heard this song before, never sang it before. So just kind of allowing myself to play with what feels good, what moves me. That's sort of the inspiration. Whether or not I am good at singing it, I am learning to let that requirement or something, that prerequisite go, which has been really liberating. And I don't know. My partner also has to hear me sing sometimes. So it's like, and then sometimes I would like to sing in an accent as well. So that it just adds a whole different element to the game. But yeah, it's been really sweet.
Yeah, there was that one at Ann Arbor Pride. I did that song entirely in Italian, which is something I can't really lip
epic.
sync to that,
But how you sang that song in Italian, I got chills. I had tears well up in my eyes because I felt it. It was so powerful.
I love that song so much. It's just
You did a great
pretty.
job.
Thank you.
Yeah. I do see another question here from Anne Marie asking if I'm a female that performs as a female impersonator. That's a really, really interesting question. I was assigned female at birth, so it's AFAB, AFAB. But I identify as genderqueer. I appreciate femininity and I lean into feminine presentation. But I use they, them pronouns to distinguish myself and remove myself from what she, her, and femininity and what it is to be a woman in society can kind of box us in through expectations. And by using they, them and referring to myself as genderqueer, it gives me permission to be whoever and whatever I want, regardless of expectations. So it removes shame, it removes pressure to perform in a certain way. And I also have a different persona as well. Madame Kiki is the feminine representation of myself. And then I have another persona named Venus Mound, who is the masculine representation of my persona. So I get to now play with gender in a really creative way, and one that defies like what gender is, and also one that pushes the boundaries, one that embellishes and exaggerates the stereotypes of masculinity and uses that as a way to, like, again, speak to the commentary, to the pressure, and also to reclaim, to say, like, I get to redefine what this feels and what this looks like for me. So regardless of how I was born, regardless of what kind of parts I have under my outfit, shouldn't matter, so my gender is in character, is in spirit, it's in heart. And that's what I show through my drag. That's what I hope to show through my drag.
Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, our something I didn't point out at the beginning of the show is that we also use the show to ask. I tell my audience that and I guess I should have talked about this with you guys before, I forgot to mention it. I allow my audience to ask open-ended questions, as long as the person is comfortable answering them. Obviously, if there's ever a question that pops up that either of you don't want to answer, you don't have to. But I love to use this platform for just being open, educating, and so that people aren't going out into the real world and asking this in like an everyday conversation, and just like, so thank you for answering that.
Yeah, as for me, anyone can ask me anything. I am a shameless open book.
Okay, maybe we can challenge the audience. What is the most shameful question you can ask Ani?
And I'm not too worried about it because I know my family's not watching.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. Ooh, you got here's a question, Ani. Yeah.
Says, Ani, you are always so precise in your lip sync, so spill it. How do you do it? I have two answers to this question.
I also have an answer, but I'll wait for her to answer.
So I'm curious about it. So one of them is a little bit embarrassing, and the other one is just kind of a follow-up to that. And the embarrassing thing is, I grew up, I did grow up in like a theater and choir background, and they do really emphasize that kind of succinct movement with your mouth. However, there is no greater teacher for how to do a precise lip sync than the TV show Glee. I swear. I have called that show Lip Sync 101 because those artists had to do that, like 8 hours a day for 22 episodes a season for 5 years. And if you watch how they do it, you can pick up a lot of cues from it. But other than that, I do also emphasize practicing your songs in a mirror so that you can really see what you're doing. Because if you don't know what you look like when you're doing it, how can you be sure that you're doing it properly? I'm curious as to what your...
Mine was mean. It was she stays at her house up until about 3 a.m. listening to the same song, dancing in our basement.
True. Yeah. Hey, practice makes perfect, even when you're drinking.
Right. Guess that is the thing, is that you have to listen to it on repeat, and so whoever else is like around has to also listen to that on repeat.
Well, that's why I carry headphones everywhere I go.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, right. I forgot about that. Okay. We have another question.
Yeah. What was it? Where'd it go?
Do anyone want to go first?
All right. What? Okay. So, what's the question?
Bo asked, "What is your most embarrassing moment while performing?"
Oh, Bo, that's my partner.
I have. Oh God, I've got so many. I don't even know which one to choose.
Right. I think like the one that's just standing out for me is I was doing this burlesque number. I wish I had a photo that I could show just to get like an image, but I would have to do all this searching. Anyway, I was doing a burlesque number, but I wear what's called like a second skin. So like I don't want my actual skin to be shown. And I was wearing kind of like what we saw that with Ani's picture of the silver. It was like this silver metallic suit that I was wearing. So when I would take things off, like I just have pasties stuck on top of it. Anyway, but I also had these super long horns because I was an alien from, like, I was just not human. And when I took my bra off to like spin it around, it got caught in the horns and it took my headpiece and my wig off. So it was one of those, and it was in front of so many people. I just had to just be like, okay, that just happened. I need to perform the rest of the show with like, and I don't know if folks have seen what it looks like when a drag performer doesn't have their headpiece on, or like their wig or whatever. Like it's raw under there. You know what I mean? It is. So you just gotta have
the wig line will take makeup off.
Yeah, it will. So that's what I remember, and that was a hard moment. I think I've had more embarrassing moments in karaoke when the song wasn't actually playing, and
Oh
I
my
was like
God, I
literally
love it
just
when you go a
singing.
cappella on accident. It's so good.
I am mortified every single time, and I still do this. Why do I still do this? I don't know. But
I'm
what
sorry.
about you?
I'm sorry, but while we're on the topic of music cutting out and you going a cappella, can I just share the last karaoke was the best? It was the elephant look. You were living your life. What was the song?
I think it was "I'm Just a Girl."
It was something. It was some like poppy and upbeat like
I
that.
think it was No Doubt's "I'm Just a Girl," and it was just
And
full
then
acapella and just full of energy. It was great.
and you're just like shaking your booty around with your little tail on it, and then you like forgot the words, and you were like, "We're not losing followers, we're gaining followers." And you were like, I was like, "That's my new." I messaged you right away. I was like, "That's my new life motto. We're not losing followers,
Yeah.
we're gaining followers."
Yes, you got to have confidence. You got to be like, I meant to make that mistake. I wanted my hair to fall off. I wanted my voice to. Anyway,
So
that's funny.
I'm going to share two embarrassing stories. I'll make the first one quick. As my name suggests, and as most of you probably know, I do like to put some drinks back. Probably the worst night I've ever had too much to drink, which I try not to drink too much when I'm in drag anyway, because it's dangerous and it's embarrassing. But one time I was performing at Necto for about 1,500 people, and I did not eat food before I went there, and I pre-gamed a bottle of champagne before I even showed up to the club, and then kept having gin and tonics. And during my second number, I fell off of the stage onto our photographer.
Oh.
And had to basically be crowd surfed back onto the stage. Yeah, it was lovely. The other time, also at Necto, this was not a drinking story. This was really early in my career, honestly. It was 2014, December 2014, I want to say. And I decided to perform Let It Go from Frozen. And I had these pieces of blue sequin fabric that I had cut into like big long ribbons and then tied into a ring that I was wearing, and I had them folded up in my hands so that when she goes, "Let it go," I could actually, have like this fabric moment and it looks like snow coming out of my hands. I made them a little too long, and I enthusiastically threw my hand up in the air. Mind you, this was a runway stage as well because they flipped it for us, and they had like cabaret seating for it. So there were people sitting at high top tables along the runway, and I did that, and I got the fabric caught in a gigantic plastic snowflake that was hanging from the ceiling as a decoration. And so I'm like yanking on it, lip syncing, "Let it go, let it go." And this snowflake comes crashing down onto somebody's table, hit them in the face, knocked all their drinks off the table. And I just had to keep performing and just kind of be like, "Oops, sorry."
Oh my god.
Oh, I like brought the ceiling down on accident with my fabric moment. It was hysterical. And it came down with the loudest crash. Imagine we're in a huge nightclub and the PA system is at full blast. And you could still hear the drinks clatter and the snowflake crack in half. Like, it was just terrible.
Wow.
It was so funny, though. Honestly, one of my proudest moments.
Oh, okay.
And embarrassing, though.
Right.
Yeah, it was good.
Huh.
Oh, I just remembered, too, that when the snowflake came down, the fabric that I was using got caught in my wig and shifted my wig halfway around my head, too. So I had like half of the long part of the wig like covering my vision, and I had to like shift it back over in the middle of the song. It was great. Come on, amateur drag.
Yes, that's for sure. We got to start somewhere, and even if it still happens, hey.
I've seen lots of there's a video on YouTube that I love watching. You just type in "drag queens falling" compilation. And it'll show you like it's a 5-minute compilation of drag queens just eating total shit on stage, and it's wonderful.
Oh, that is my absolute fear. I am so afraid of that happening.
That's why you watch other people do it. It's a Schadenfreude moment.
Maybe it would like subconsciously prepare my body for like that impact.
It's like one of the greatest things to watch when you are having a bad day.
Okay, I'll keep that in my back pocket. I'm gonna check it out and think of you. And I'll be like, is that Ani? Huh.
Right. I don't think anybody's captured me on video falling. Oh, no, there is some video. I don't remember who has it, but one of our last shows we did at the tap room before the quarantine started, we were doing our callbacks at the end of the night, and I had a full 24-ounce mug of beer in my hand, and I was wearing high heels that had a mesh fabric covering, and one of my heels got caught in the mesh, and I went to go take a step and just went down like a tree. Spilled the entire beer all over the floor. Yeah, it was
that
lovely.
poor beer.
I was standing right next to Jade too. I couldn't even brace myself because I had the beer in one hand, and I went down so fast and so hard that I just like knocked the wind out of myself by landing straight on my stomach.
God.
Yeah,
that
good.
Sounds painful.
Don't wear mesh fabric covering your shoes if you're a drag queen. It's a bad idea.
Okay, are we taking notes? I'm taking notes. Thank you.
No mesh.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah. Good times. Good times.
I have nothing exciting like that. I mean, I fell once. It wasn't like extreme. I haven't performed in drag enough, I think. Like my drag never got super far, so every like song I did just felt embarrassing, so I was just nervous the entire time.
Yeah. I will say another fun thing to see if you ever get a chance to go to an outdoor drag event, especially if it's like a picnic party, drag queens in high heels accidentally sinking their heels into the soil and then being like, whoa, whoa. Wonderful.
It's wonderful.
That is probably one of the worst things about high heels in grass.
Yeah.
Is that
totally.
It's not a high heel.
You lean back even a little bit and you're going down.
You sink. It's a soil heel. Soil heel. I'm gonna stop.
Soiled.
Soiled. Yeah.
The heel becomes soiled.
Yeah. No, but it'll be nice to finally come back in person. And I mean, that's what we have for Festival of the Honeybee this Friday. We're going to have at least 8 performers come, be some kind of pollinator. And I'm one of the MCs, the host for that event, and also music and stuff like that too. But we're hoping that, everybody wears a mask or they can buzz off. Haha. I need to do more work on, or like I would like to learn how to do puns well and often.
That was a good one.
It was.
Thank you. Yeah, that didn't come from me. That came from the organizer. I'm like, okay, I hear you. I'll do my job. So.
Yeah, I wish I could be there. Maxie and I are going to be shooting the first couple episodes of our web series that day.
So tell me more about that. You haven't shared much yet.
We've only done like 1 or 2 tiny announcements, nothing even really like concrete for it. But yeah, so basically we realized that Maxie and myself are the only regular house cast members of Boylesque that aren't regularly featured in the online content that Boylesque is producing. And so I had an idea of doing basically like a bullshit talk show with her, where we just sit in front of a camera and just talk about topics, and then edit it, and then release it once a week on like Mondays.
It's gonna have like
Very
special
cool.
effects and stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna have like special effects. If anybody's familiar with the series featuring Trixie Mattel and Katya, it's very much along those lines.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just 2 drag queens bullshitting about different things, and we've got a green screen, and I know some editing tricks, so we're going to be, doing some things. It's not going to be quite as high polished as is, but along those lines. But I'm excited about it. So yeah, we're going to be shooting that. Fun. We're going to be shooting that that day, and then hopefully have the first episode edited and ready to release by not the following week, but the week after that. And it's going to be Mondays that we release them.
Where do we find the videos?
There will be, we're going to release it on the Boylesque Michigan page.
Yep.
I believe it'll be linked. I'm going to also release the file on my own YouTube channel, which I only just created yesterday morning. So I don't have any content on there yet, but
our plan is to still, even though it's pre-recorded, we're still to stream it so that you can watch it like how you're watching this and interact, and then Ani and Maxie can watch with you and then just play along with you in the comments. I think is the idea, and then obviously it will be available on Ani's YouTube to watch it anytime.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, it'll
I'm
be a lot of
excited
fun.
to support you guys.
Thank you. I'm excited. I even wrote the opening and ending themes myself because I do have some experience with sound production.
They're cute.
Yeah, they're cute. Well, the opening sounds like a bleep bloop video game kind of thing. And then,
That's great.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Then the ending theme we have, it's like a nice house banger. Real fun.
It's like a little mini rave.
Yeah.
Nice. It's a good way to end that.
And what else are you doing on
Very
Friday,
cool.
Ani?
Then we also have bingo on Friday. We do our weekly Friday live stream shows. This week is a bingo. We're very excited about that because bingo is a lot of fun, and it's nice to see that we can still have bingo crowds join us even virtually from their living room. Yeah, that starts at 8 p.m. Yes, 8 p.m. on Friday.
Yeah, we play via Zoom, so we get to see everybody and talk to everybody as if we were there with you.
And if I'm not mistaken, this week, so all of our shows, we always raise money for charities and nonprofits. I believe this one is for Hurricane Laura relief.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Will you be dressed in drag?
I will be, yes. And for the that show that Maxie and I are doing, we will also be in drag for that, yes.
Yay.
Yeah, exciting.
Our ticket link, by the way, is pinned in the comments if you're interested in bingo.
Oh, Rick's watching. I haven't seen Rick in forever. How you doing, Rick?
I don't know you, but hi, Rick.
Rick was a coworker of mine at Whole Foods for many years.
Oh.
Yeah, he's been to a couple of the shows and bingos and all that.
Oh, maybe we briefly met.
Yeah, I think you have. Yes, and yes, Julie,
so
bingo
fun.
is a blast.
Yeah. Just any time with you, Ani, is a blast.
Oh, thank you. I always have fun with you, too.
I wanted to ask, opposite end of the spectrum, so we did most embarrassing. I wanted to ask most euphoric moment.
Euphoric?
Ooh, euphoric.
Oh.
Or just any moment that comes to mind, I guess. Just a moment where you're like, wow, that was fucking awesome. Like, I did that.
What comes up for me?
Go ahead, Kiki.
So when I first got into drag, first of all, when I first got into drag, I was all into RuPaul's Drag Race and everything. But then I just decided one day, you know what? I'm just gonna be a drag queen. And my friends were like, okay, how do you even do that? I was like, just watch me. So I went to Necto, and I think I saw Chanel Hunter, and I saw Jaden Black, and she did her performance to Cupcake Song, and I was like,
God.
oh my I just was
God.
exposed to this thing, and I'm like, oh wow. So it inspired me to do this drag, and I found this song that was oh my God, this is Madame Kiki's signature song, and anyway, this is kind of a long story. There's just so much context to it. And I was also a Lyft driver, and I happened to Lyft somebody who I was like, I've been interested in drag, and I think I want to be a drag queen. And her name is Tish. Morticia Slayer is her drag name. And she was like, oh, I happen to be a drag queen, and I'll be your drag mom. And so all of a sudden, all of this stuff started unfolding. Yeah, that's
I didn't know Tish was your drag mom.
Borrow her wig. Yeah, so she taught me how to
Tish.
glue my eyebrows down and everything. But then she took me to one of the scenes, Out Bar was a bar in Carytown, downtown Ann Arbor, that had a drag night on, I think it was a Thursday night called Fish Tank. And
that was mine and Teddy's show.
Yeah, Teddy Rhinestone. So Tish took me there to introduce me to these drag queens and kings and performers, and I decided to dress up in drag. And at the time, I didn't know anybody, so all of a sudden, Teddy Rhinestone just walks right up to me, and Teddy is this this tall queen and wearing these heels even taller, and I'm just like, hello, and they're like, are you a drag performer? And I was like, yes. And they're like, have you performed in drag before? And I'm like, just yes, even though it was just once for a friend's party the week before. And they're like, do you happen to have a song ready? Like, if you could, would you be able to perform in the next 20 minutes? And I was like, yes, that's why I'm here. Yeah. And I played that song, which is called the Witch Song. And it was so theatrical and so fun. And nobody has seen me before. Nobody knew who I was. So I just like did this thing. And then everybody was just like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And then from there, I was basically invited into the community. And it was so lovely because I could still be who I am, because traditionally when you think of drag, it's like for gay men or, there's so much to that too. So the fact that this community was open to AFAB performers, it was part of the treat for me too. That was my most euphoric moment.
Yeah, I was hosting that night, and I was standing up in my I was sitting in a stool at the end of the bar, and I was standing up on the stool to make sure I could see you, because you couldn't have told me you hadn't been doing that for years. I wouldn't have believed you.
That was my second performance ever,
and it was so good.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I felt it.
I think my most euphoric moment was probably the first show I ever did at Necto. We had Alaska from RuPaul's Drag Race as our special guest, and the theme of the evening was Wizard of Oz. So I did the Tin Man, and I even did like robotic makeup and had like Necto even purchased a Tin Man costume for me to wear. And I performed a mix that was like, it was a combination of, well, it was a double. It went from it was Daft Punk's Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger into a dubstep remix of a Black Eyed Peas song that I can't remember the name of, but I danced my ass off and I had choreographed it, and the crowd went bananas. And it was my introduction to the Necto crowd, and I was there for 5 years. And then on top of that, I went straight back into the dressing room on this euphoric high, and Alaska looks at me and just goes, "Is there any chance you know how to braid hair? I need Dorothy braids right now in this wig." And so she plopped the wig on her head, and I got to braid her hair, and she was like, "I saw you perform. You're really good." And I'm like,
"Oh!"
That's amazing.
That's so cool.
That's great. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. This was great.
Thank you for having me. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, definitely, audience, definitely check out karaoke next Tuesday. At what time do you start?
8.
We start at 8.
Yeah.
Yep.
Awesome. And Madam Kiki has posted the event and the page you can follow to make sure you stay updated on that. So thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Riley. Everybody have a good evening. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Bye.
I'm gonna.
All right, I will go ahead and leave you to your sign off.
Yeah.
Bye, everybody.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as you enjoyed it last week. I know I did. I learned a lot of things, so it's good. Please check out what we're doing this Friday. We're raising money for Hurricane Laura Relief Fund. If you don't know, that is the hurricane that hit down in Louisiana a week or so ago. I don't know dates exactly, so don't quote me. But definitely please check it out. It's a lot. Our bingos, if anything, our bingos are a ton of fun. We use Zoom so that we can interact with you guys and talk to you guys. And it's just fun. I really like it because we get to see you. Our Friday shows are fun as is, but getting to actually see everybody and talk to everybody, it's a different experience. It's a lot of fun. We are a little behind on sales this week, so if you could please just check it out. It's only $25. You get 3 rounds of bingos, 3 round of bingo, as well as performances. So it's not just your regular drag show. You get to see performances and all that. I can't rave enough about how much fun it is. Thank you so much. Again, Madam Kiki has shared what they are doing next Tuesday. Karaoke is free to view, so definitely check it out. Thank you guys. Sorry your last question didn't get answered, Julie. I'm sure Ani will answer via comments. If you joined on my personal watch party, hello, thank you. If you joined on YouTube, hello and thank you. If you joined on Facebook, thank you. I can't thank you enough. This has just been this show is like a dream come true for me, and I'm just so glad that you're joining us on this journey. If you would like to be a special guest, like Ani and Kiki were, the information is on the event page. You can sign up to be a host, and we'll pick a date. I have almost the entire next or upcoming month, I should say, because this is September. Happy September. We have the upcoming month almost fully booked. I only have one Wednesday left to fill, so it's exciting. Next week we have Harley/Derek joining us. Harley Quinn, she's amazing. Or Harley Quinn, that's Marvel, DC. I don't know. Harley Fontaine is who's joining us. Harley Quinn. Wow, it's been a week. Harley D. Fontaine is joining us. And we're going to be talking about the different things that she does. The following week, we have Nick/Shiloh. We're going to talk about Nick's journey in drag and also the different things that they're trying to figure out what to do with their drag. So I'm super excited for that conversation. That's going to be a really fun one. And yeah, a couple weeks later, we have my buddy M. We're going to be celebrating her birthday on the show. I'm so excited. So it's fun. We have a lot coming up. Please check it out. And yeah, thank you guys. Take some time for you this week if you haven't already. Even if you have already, take some time for you. And if anyone ever needs to talk, I'm here to talk. You can find me at Riley J or Austin Moan. However, you're Facebook friends with me. Add me. Do what you want to do. And thank you again. I hope you have a great rest of your week. And I better see you on Friday. Okay? If not, I'll see you next Wednesday. Bye, guys. Thank you.